Hey everybody, Alex from SeemsGoodMagic.com here, back doing a best of one Outlaws of Thunder Junction draft. Rare, we have Breaches, the Blast Maker. 3 mana, 3/3 Menace. Whenever you cast your second spell each turn, you can sack an artifact. If you do, flip a coin. If you win the flip, copy the spell. When you lose it, it deals damage equal to that spell's mana value to any target. So whether you win or lose the flip, you do get good value out of it. It is a 3 mana, 3/3 Menace, which is pretty good. I've kind of got my eye on this Cactarantula just because I love this card. I just feel like it's such a beating. There's Lazov too, which I haven't played with. I've played against. I do like this card too. And then there's Sharpshooter. I could just go with the rare. I mean, I know this card's pretty good and it works within its own archetype well. Whether you're copying spells or... and blue is typically open too. Personally, I'd want to take the Cactarantula, but I'm going to go with Breaches. I'm going to take the rare. If it works out good, if not, so be it. There's good plot cards remaining in here. Blue is typically open, so. Molten Duplication. Create tokens, a copy of target artifact or creature you control, except it's an artifact in addition to its other types, gains haste. Sacrifice it at the beginning of the next step. Well, I don't love that. We could take the Plot Bandit, though. Doesn't work great with Legends. Otherwise, we have Highway Robbery, which is decent. What's the best card in this pack? This card's okay. 4 mana, 4/3, potentially with a 2/2 as well. Possum in here. This pack's not screaming at me anything crazy. I mean, Savage Smash is certainly playable. Spring Splasher is actually just decent as like a little crime causer. There's also a desert in here. Opens me up for more options. Guess I'm okay with going with Bandit. If you get rares that are non-legends, I think it's probably worth it. It's also an uncommon effect, so could be worth it. Loan Shark is good. Like, Loan Shark's a good one to copy. And it's another plot card. Another Cactarantula in here. Wow. Yeah, that's good. Jailbreak Scream is not bad. Another Savage Smash. I'm going to go with a Loan Shark here. I like the card. And when playing Breaches, you do have to sack an artifact for this. I'm going to have to find artifacts in order for Breaches to actually pay off. There's a little bit of setup with Breaches, isn't there? Yeah, there is, but I mean, we can find treasure token creators and stuff like that. I'm going to take Loan Shark regardless. It's a good card. We're going to need some interaction. Mind Rider, I mean, it gives us some Breaches ammo. Otherwise, just take for a ride. Just ride down. Spring Splasher. Could take a desert now. Frontier Seeker is not bad. Another chance to get Rictus Robber. I could just take the Barons, open me up for Black Splash. Mind Raider is certainly a whatever card. I'm going to take the Desert in case there's Black Splashing I want to do. Or I play Blue-Black and Splash Red. Greed's Gambit. Well, this card is a bit too greedy to play, unfortunately. Seize the Secrets is not bad. Probably makes more sense to take Robbery, though, if we want Breaches and Loan Shark and all that to be optimized. Even though I think Seize is better. Actually, some surprisingly good green in there. So blue, red, green. We could splash this. Whenever you cast a modal spell. We don't even have any modal spells, though, do we? No. I mean, not to say we couldn't find them, but Make Your Own Luck is actually kind of cool. You get a bunch of value out of that. I kind of like that. Otherwise, Trash Town. Take the Fall is like a cheap way to both draw a card to cast a second spell and to commit a crime. Lonely Arroyo in here. I'm going to take the Make Your Own Luck. If green's open, I kind of want to play it. All right. This has, whenever you commit a crime, pay 1 if you do look at the top 2 cards of your library. This card's great. Yeah. That's just excellent card. Pulverizer is something we want too, obviously. But I guess now we need to find ways to commit crimes. Pulverizer, though, is very good for this deck, but I'm going to go with Marchesa because this is just a great way to get value if we can commit some crimes. I think this wants you to probably be base black, red, and splash blue, though, which might be a little awkward, but we'll figure it out. Frostification. Mind Raider lets us play 3 colors easier. And we probably have a decent amount of outlaws already. Yeah, Pirate and Rogue. All of our creatures are outlaws right now. Gin of Fool's Fall is got flying and plot, which is not bad. I'm going to go with the Raider here just for 3 color and getting all the value. Lone Shark versus Sharpshooter. So we don't have any removal currently, which makes me want to take the Sharpshooter. Phantom Interference is kind of whatever for a deck that wants to cast 2 spells in 1 turn. And I think Sharpshooter makes sense. Actually, Sentinel is surprisingly good with breaches too, since you get a treasure for each land sack. But I'm going to go Sharpshooter. So Crime Committer, Splasher, or Highway Robbery for extra spells. I don't think Spring Splasher is that good, but we currently have 1 2-drop. I guess I'll take it as just a little Crime Committer. It's pretty good with Marchesa. I don't think it's a very good card in a vacuum, though. So Savage Smash. If I wanted to splash it, I don't love that. Link Breaker is actually, it's kind of a fine card. It's not great on the splash, however. So I guess I'd rather take the smash. I could see actually splashing smash, but all right. I might just take another Mind Raider for more treasures for breaches value and just potentially splashing. Just because I really don't think Spring Splasher is that good. I don't think Mind Raider's that good either, I should say, but I guess it's a buff spell. I probably don't want to play it. Cornucopia. Whenever you cast a spell that's 1 or more colors, you may gain 1 life for each of that spell's colors. Do this only once each turn, and then it fixes. So we actually have a fair amount of multicolor stuff. Another chance to get breaches, number 2, but we probably just want this. We got to take Magda. I mean, Magda is just so good with the breaches that we already have. There's a chance we wheel breaches as well, but we need some actual ways to commit crimes. So Spring Splasher did, I guess, get a little bit better. But yeah, we're going to take Magda here. We need some actual removal or interaction, or at least some evasion. I feel like we don't have evasion or removal right now, so we need to be able to beat our opponent's big creatures. We have a lot of ways to draw cards, which is nice and all, but we're gonna need more than that. I guess we have breaches. That is some evasion. Tarnation Vista. Choose a color, add 1 mana of the chip for each color among mono-colored permanents you control. Add 1 mana of that color. Stitcher I know is very good, especially with all this plot we already have. And actually, Bandit does work. The Bandit we already have, it works well with the Stitcher. At least gives us a huge body on the ground, because those zombies can come out huge when you have a lot of plot in your deck, which we do. Essence Capture, once again, playable, but reactive spells aren't going to be the greatest. I really want this Deadeye Duelist because crime committing now is just incredibly good for us, but I think Stitcher is so much better than Duelist that I'm just going to hope we wheel it. Yeah, so I need to look at recurable ways to commit crime. So I could take the Duelist now. I think I will. It's also just another cheap thing. We could use some bounce effects. 2 Dance of the Tumbleweeds, jeez. I think the odds are the best that we're just going to end up not playing green and doing like a Grixis deck. I'm okay with that. And like I said, Duelist, just turning on crime committing for Marchesa or Magda is just going to be really good. Much better than Spring Splasher. So now the problem is, I think synergy-wise we're getting there. The problem is, there we go. I was gonna say we don't have like the finishing evasion, but Sphinx is just so good. So Blast would give us some actual. It's actually really nice. I haven't seen this one, but I definitely am taking the Sphinx. This is just such a good card, and it works so well with the crime that we're committing already. So we got to take that. I want Stop Cold. I want Metamorphic Blast. I would take Trick Shot, but I'm going to take the Sphinx. This is just such a good card. So Stop Cold, some removal, but there's just much stronger cards in here, like Back for More and Form of Posse is great. Man, I could see splashing Form of Posse just because late game. The only way we can play it right now is Mind Raiders and Magna, though. Might be a little greedy. Stop Cold does give us some flash removal. We're just so light on removal, I feel like I've kind of boxed myself into needing Stop Cold. So we'll take it. I don't love it. All right, this is probably good, right? Whenever you cast a second spell. Yeah, this is just what the doctor ordered. Wow, actually Double Down is sweet too. I wish I could take that, but this just wins games, and evasion that works exactly with what our deck's doing. We got to take that. Geyser Drake, surprisingly, I don't think we even have that many instants. Just one. Yeah, but Problem's going to be just fantastic with all the stuff we got going on. So we could take the Gold Pan, it's not bad, but Razzle Dazzler is an actual 2-drop that is very good in this deck. Yeah, we're just going to take the Dazzler. I want some more creatures. Well, I guess, actually we're not light on creatures, surprisingly, but Dazzler is just too good. It's too much of what this deck wants to do to not take here. So Archive Trap is for milling. We don't need that. Another Bandit, honestly, wouldn't be the worst. I mean, we have some decent copy targets for Bandit. I don't know if I'm going to end up playing 2, but I'm going to leave the option there. We actually got Breaches back. I'm going to take a second Breaches. I think we have enough ways to get the artifacts to make it okay. All right, and I got the Duelist back. That's actually a big gift, because now we can just... This is just really good now with some of this stuff that we have. So now we almost have a deck. I could use some more ways to fix for Marchesa, but honestly, I'm not even that worried about it. Trick Shot, could take it. It's removal. We got Form of, I mean, second to last Form of Posse is just a crime. That card is Crackle with Power. This is actually a really funny card. This is surprisingly strong. So if you pay, if X is 2, it actually deals 5 times 2 damage to 2 targets. So it deals 10 damage to 2 targets for 2, 4, 6, 8 mana. That's actually really, really good. Otherwise, Nimble Brigand is incredible too. But this, I mean, dealing 10 damage for 8 mana is absolutely a way to win. I could have had just a billion Cactarantulas. Spinewood's Armadillo, I guess you'd actually take over Cactarantulas. It's so good too. Just so versatile. I want a Dazzler or a Brigand back, but I'm going to take the Mythic. That's a sweet card. All right, another Stitcher would actually be a gift. There's Derailment, though. This has a lot of cards we want. I think because my creature count's pretty good, I'm actually going to take the Derailment. It's just more removal. Could take the Skewer too, but I think I like Derailment. I think I like Derailment more. It's actually tough because you can cast 2 spells in one turn with Skewer. But this blows up artifacts too. It's got more versatility. This is an uncommon though, and this is just a common. You can kill your opponent with a Skewer. You can't kill your opponent with Derailment. But this deals 4. I think 4 is actually a more important number in this format. I could be wrong, but... Ty Joaquin. Huh. Oh, that's kind of cool. Wow, wait a second. Taiwakin with Deadeye Duelist, does that work? So you deal non-combat damage to a player, and then can you can basically turn it into a fireball. That's kind of sweet, actually. Might just take Slick Sequence though. That's a little too important for, exactly what we want to do. That is really good with Duelists though. That's just a way to win, but we can't even splash this first posse unless I'm just going all treasure splash. I could go for that. It's not the worst idea, but I think I don't have as many ways to do non-combat damage as I'd like. Primal Command is a strong card. Desperado is actually really good with Duelist. Just milling them three each. I mean, that's a way to win, and it's a decent blocker. Otherwise, another stop cold. But what's my removal now? I guess Crackle with Power. For 5 mana, you deal 5 damage to one target. It's actually fine. We have Trick Shot. We might have enough removal where I don't need a second. I'm gonna, I'll go for some more crime committing stuff and hope to get that third Duelist back. Dazzler is great. We'll take it. Although Conduit Pylons would actually give us more means to splash for Marchesa, but I think Dazzler is too important for this deck, synergistically speaking. Wow. Look at that. Sweet. We got hooked up with, we actually kind of got lucky. We got hooked up with like all of the red-blue cards. So Brimstone Roundup is a trap, but Duelist of the Mind is sweet. And we have, with Duelist, once again, with the Deadeye Duelist and Duelist of the Mind, that's really good synergy. But yeah, I think Brimstone Roundup's a trap. At knife point. So Outlaws you control at first strike as long as it's your turn. Whenever you commit a crime, make a mercenary. Wow, that's cool. You can only activate it as a sorcery though, and only once a turn. Could still take it. I don't think I'm gonna do Frostification. It's not bad though. I don't think I'm doing either one, to be honest. Wow, I got Nimble Brigand back. I'm gonna take that over the Razzle Dazzler because this is just so good with Duelist. Getting extra cards like that is just really good. Shifting Grift is actually kind of cool. We don't have a lot of stuff to trade though, is the problem. Yeah. I mean, we do. We have some stuff to trade, but... Alright, Take the Fall is huge for us here. We have 1,000,000 Outlaws and it commits a crime for 1 mana. And draws a card. It's great. I don't think we need the Outlaws Furies. We already have one too. It's last pack, so I don't need that. So, considering that... I could have just taken a bunch of green cards. Wow, and we get a last pick. It's such a gift. It's a last pick card that's gonna make the deck. That's really funny. I mean, we don't even need to splash Marchesa. I still might, just because it draws so many cards. You can do it multiple times a turn, too, which is just so good. And we have targeted stuff, too, so it's just incredibly good. So we don't need to do at knife point, though. We have a lot of cuts to make. I think I'm actually going to, even though Spring Splasher commits crimes, I don't think it's a good card. Duelist is much better, much more in line with what I want to do with this deck. Crackle with Power is at least 5 mana. We have 23 creatures, so a bunch of creatures can get out of here. We don't need the Outlaw's Fury either. So do I even need the Mind Raiders? Basically, the only reason I'm playing Mind Raiders is because it actually gives us something to do with breaches. I think that's pretty justifiable. You're either copying or dealing a bunch of damage to any target. That's pretty strong. That's worth it with 2 breaches, I would say. Yeah. So I think we'll get off Form of Posse. That actually is cool use of mana, but we don't need to double splash. I'm fine still splashing Marchesa, I think. Just because I have Jagged Baron, Swamp, 2 treasures here, and Magda. Is that actually enough? There's an argument that I don't have to just because I'm making a bunch of cuts here. I still like the Desperado. I like the Sharpshooter. Wow. I could get off Marchesa. Like I said, really lets you just get a lot of extra value, though. Just a lot of extra value. I don't even know what to cut here. You know, I don't think that we need 2 Visage Bandits. Because I have Legend here, Legend, Legend, Legend. We're a lot of Legends. So basically the best things to copy are Sphinx, Pulverizer, probably Stitcher. But I think I'm doing better things, and I'd rather cut creatures. Do I have any other artifacts in here besides Mine Raiders and Magda? I don't think so. Unfortunately, no. It can make things tricky. I could get off the Black Splash for that reason. And then I still just need the treasures for Breaches. I mean, Breaches outworks as a 3 mana, 3/3 menace, but we definitely want it to be better than that. I think we can dump Trick Shot because we have Crackle, Stop Cold, and what are my other? Slick Sequence, Derailment. And these all commit crimes as well. I mean, I can dump the Mine Raiders and the Marchesa plan. I really don't like Mine Raiders in general, and basically the only reason I'm playing Mine Raiders is for Breaches sack value or to splash for Marchesa. I don't know if that's a really great reason when I'm looking for cuts. So maybe we just focus on the 2 spells a turn plan. Because I think Duelist is probably still just fine with just for Magda value alone. Like at least Duelist, Magda, and Breaches does something. And we still have 18 creatures, so we can easily just cut 2 creatures and call it a deck. Weakest creatures in the deck. I mean, I could get off the Desperado. I kind of like it, but Dazzler probably makes more sense with all the plot that we have because we're going for 2 spells a turn. Oh yeah, wait. Malcolm is actually legit with Breaches too. That's sweet. You get an Investigate Clue token. That's nice, actually. Well, we're keeping Breaches regardless, so it doesn't matter. Weakest creatures in the deck are probably the Desperado, and it's legitimately a tough choice here. Could go down a Dazzler, but they're just so good with all the plot that we have. And I don't want to cut removal. We don't need the Barons anymore. Weakest creature in the deck. I could cut a non-creature too, but all my non-creatures are sweet. Take the Fall. Just for 2 spells a turn is great. I love the Robberies with the plot. Did I Duelist in here now? Just triggers Magda. This is a tough choice here. I mean, it makes me feel good about the deck that I'm having this problem, but I think I actually cut a Duelist, believe it or not. And the main reason I cut the Duelist is because I'm not on Marchesa plan anymore. It does work with Magda, but remember, so does Take the Fall, so does Slick Sequence, so does Derailment, so does Sharpshooter, so does Stop Cold, So does Crackle with power. So does Pulverizer. So we have a lot of ways to trigger that without having to do Deadeye Duelist. I could just get off the Deadeye Duelist in general. And the only reason I like that is that then I could actually bring in probably like one bandit. Because I'm not really on a commit a crime plan now. Now I'm really just focused on 2 spells a turn. I still have the means to create treasure for breaches with Magda or with Malcolm. I like this plan. I think this is a good balance of synergy and evasion. So I like this. This is interesting. Let's see what we can do with this. All right. We'll run it like this. We'll see you round 1. No red mana, 2 red spells in hand. Do have a turn 2 Dazzler and we're on the draw. I think I'm going to risk it. So if we draw red mana, we're in really good shape, actually. We can go Sharpshooter, kill, and then go Crom plus Sharpshooter and really look good. So they're going to deal 4 to us here, which is pretty big. All right. All right, great timing on that. So we kill that. Next turn we get to go Crom plus Sharpshooter and pump this and draw. Get 2 ways to block a flyer. All right, not the end of the world. Land there's good too. So we want to get the Crom going. It's better than Pulverizer, even though it's technically worse mana. All right, that was a good draw there. So now we have a Reach and a Flyer, both of which can block the Raven. Although I guess, yeah, I guess I kind of need to take this here. So I don't have an artifact currently to sacrifice, but that's okay. So we'll take it. All right, no plays there, which is kind of surprising. Left up 4 mana. Well, we're going to get another Reach creature, so I think I'm just going to attack with... I'm going to attack with just Crom here. And then play the Pulverizer. And then pass. So we have a lot of Reach and Flying, which is good. We have a lot. We ended up with a lot of evasion in this deck, thankfully. So now even if they have removal for Pulverizer, we have Sharpshooter to block Raven. And then next turn we have 7 mana, so we could do Breaches plus Stop Cold, I guess. It's not exactly what I want. I want to be able to do better than that. kind of want to save Stop Cold for something bigger. I don't know if I really care about that. Okay. Still have the blocker for that. All right. So, kind of looking okay, to be honest. I mean, I can make this lose all abilities, so they can't. Yeah. So 7. Um. Hmm. I mean, I can do a surprise Stop Cold. We know what their card is. I'm just going to do Breaches, actually, and pass. This isn't the best, but... can attack with the Pulverizer here. I'm just going to get in for 4 and leave up Stop Cold. All right, so we'll Stop Cold that now. So it loses the commit crime stuff, which is actually kind of nice. If they attack with Rutstein... Oh, they forgot to use their Mercenary, which actually is relevant here, but I probably would have just offered the trade with Breaches regardless. Maybe it would have been smarter to attack with Crom to have a better blocker and Pulverizer, but I thought the extra 1 damage was relevant because I'm kind of... We're kind of in a top deck war, if you look at it that way, you know? That was a great draw. That was just such a phenomenal draw. Such a phenomenal draw. So we can do both now. I don't even need to play... Yeah, because then I can discard the island. Yeah, it's just great. So let's do this first. And Pulverizer's going to scry, and we're going to draw. It's just amazingly good. So we can Surveil 2 first. I mean, is there any reason to... We'll just keep both. I mean, I don't need lands, so... Wow. That's great. So we'll get in for... Let's see. This is fine. We'll get in for 8. Just kind of an easy block here. If they have combat trick, we still have lethal, so we're totally fine. How come they didn't get the... Oh, they don't have any creatures in their graveyard. Oh boy. Alright, we'll see for the next one. Yeah, this is good. Really good. We can plot this on turn 2. Definitely want to set up for a turn 4 Crom with Highway Robbery. And I guess hopefully Crackle to win the game at some point. If I have to Crackle on turn 5, I will. If I can't wait till turn 8. Although on turn 8, it is pretty sweet to deal 10 damage to 2 things. Okay. That's still beatable. Alright, so we're going to take some damage here. But then we get a turn 4, 3/4, draw a card. 3/4 flying, draw a card. And we're going to draw 2 more cards, so that's pretty good. Hopefully they're missing their land drop. That would be nice. Black mana, huh? Well, that sucks. Oh, please take Crackle. Please take Crackle. Oh, bummer. Alright, so we'll do Robbery first here. Alright. Well, Sphinx might be pretty solid here. I think it will be. Yeah, grip full of spells though. Alright, that could be worse. Alright, Dazzler, but nah, we're full-fledged Sphinx mode at this point. And then get to 8 mana for Crackle, which we have in hand, so we'll get there. We rip another Dazzler and we're actually looking pretty good too. We can start buffing them. Sphinx having word 2 when your opponent's a little bit mana screwed is pretty amazing. Ooh, that's got reach. And that has ward as well. It's a tough one. Doesn't give itself haste, so that doesn't work. But it does have reach, as it turns out. Well, Take the Fall's actually pretty sweet. So this is a rogue too, so it's even an outlaw. That's nice. I mean, I could wait to get the counter right away with Dazzler, because I'm not going to do Take the Fall until their turn. So maybe we just wait. And I get to Surveil too, which is nice. Okay. Oh, that's great. Keep both of those. Yeah, that would have been a reason to play the Dazzler, I suppose, huh? That's true. So now I'm at 7. And I can get in. I mean, I can crackle the sure shot now. Basically, I can do Malcolm plus crackle and kill. Well, I have to. Yeah, it's not quite gonna work. I mean, I can do Stitcher. Get a 4/4. That's pretty good, actually. Let's just do Malcolm plus Stitcher. And then we can get in for 5. And believe it or not, we have lethal next turn with Crackle with power, targeting our opponent's face if we can get in with our flyers. So that's actually pretty nuts, especially if they attack with the sure shot and don't have another reach follow-up or can't remove our flyers. That's a pretty big problem for them. I mean, it's got reach, but we'll see if they attack with the sure shot. They know we have Crackle too, so they really need to be smart about this. Unless they don't realize Crackle's going to deal 10 damage. Wow. That's going to get him killed. It's really going to get him killed. So we'll double block Cactarantula. And we'll take 10. And we're going to kill him with our flyers plus Crackle with power. Unless I'm deals 5 times X. X is going to be 2, so that's 10 to 2 targets. Yeah, I'm doing the math right here. So wow. Talk about stealing a game, huh? All right, see you for the next one. This hand's a little bit on the slow side, but we're going to keep it. We have our mana. Crackle is not a card you want in your opener. But, like I said, at worst, it is a 5 mana, deal 5 to any target. Okay, I don't really care too much about Armadillo. It's, at the very least, more of a late game threat. Beginning of your instep, if you haven't cast a spell from your hand, put a counter on it. If you would, put 1 or more counters on a creature you control. Wow, that's a cool card. Well, I'm just going to derail that. And I think I'm actually going to derail it before... Well, actually, no, I'm not. I'm not. Because I could sharpshooter it next turn, too. That's true. I'm going to wait. Because if they don't cast a spell, then I'll derail it. If they do cast a spell, then I'll sharpshooter it. All right. So, guess we just sharpshooter them. And And it is an outlaw, as it turns out. Pretty cool outlaw. Alright. A lot of armadillos. Well, they're not great in multiples, I don't think. I guess we have more need for blue than red, so we can do the robbery and discard an island, or discard a mountain, rather. Oh, Magda, cool. Okay. So we can get Magda down now. And we can even leave up Take the Fall to get ourselves a tap treasure token. So that even sets us up for a huge crackle at some point. So they could mercenary their prickly pear. Then we can block with sharpshooter and then take the fall. Oh, they're just gonna pump those armadillos. That's fine. Let me take the fall first. I'm not 100% sure why I'm doing it first, I guess. I don't know what they could have that would make me more worried about that. That's fine. I mean, we're taking 4 damage, but this is, yeah, this is totally fine. Totally fine. So we'll just, now we'll get in for 5 and drop a pulverizer. Well, it's all right. Not the end of the world. So we actually have Crackle mana. We're once again close to lethal here. Wow. I wonder if they're gonna let us kill them. Didn't pump. Left up mana. That's interesting. Kind of want to wait here. I don't love it, but I want some good crackle targets here. I really don't want to do it on armadillos. I want a bigger threat if I'm going to deal 10 damage to face. Okay, now they're attacking with both. I like that. I like that. Because now we very easily could kill them. Yeah. That's fine, I guess. Alright. So we're definitely attacking them here. Let's see how they block. Because they die if they don't block. Alright, so it's fine. I think they're going to kill Pulverizer, unfortunately, with like a destroy target tap creature. I was kind of hoping they didn't block there because we would have just surprise dealt the damage to them, but I guess, are we even that far from, we're 2 lands from dealing 15 to them, so I'm lethal at that point too. So even if I rip a land, I win in 2 turns off Crackle. So I can be patient here. That's... well, no, I can deal... Wait, no, that does kill them, doesn't it? It's a 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 8, 10. This. So that's 10, 12, 14. Wow. All right. Oh, but this takes 2 red. Oh, but I have the red here. So we're fine. Wait. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. And I have 3 red with the treasure. Okay. And plus the pulverizer for lethal. Got it. So we'll deal it to this and them. Wow. Crackle. Just stealing games here. Let's see for the next one. This is a great hand, actually. Turn 2 Magna, turn 3 Derailment. Ooh. Probably still do the Magna. Ooh, Duelist is a good one. All right, so go Mag. Ooh, we got the combo. That's cool. All right. So I think we'll just drop a Breaches here. Pass. All right. Ooh, that's a good draw. So let's do Crom here. So we really want to rip a land so we can go Dazzler, Derailment. Ooh, nice one. All right. Well. Oh, well, I guess I can do Breaches again. I mean, I can stop cold the Duelist now because I still have Derailment. It's just I only have 4 lands, so I feel like doing stop cold is ultimately better. I guess so. Trade 2 damage for 1 damage. Not when I'm 7 life less than my opponent. I still really want to rip that land, so I can go Breaches. Well, Breaches Dazzler's not the coolest. I mean, it's not horrible, but it's much better targets to copy. What do we got? Hopefully something I can derail. So they have that. Okay. So. Guess I can attack with Magda first. And yeah, I guess we can go Breaches, Razzle Dazzler. It's really not that sexy, but I could plot this too, but it actually takes 5 to plot, which is suboptimal. I mean, to be honest, I don't really want to lose my treasure in general. I definitely don't want to derail a mercenary. Okay, let's do Breaches Dazzler here. Oh no, I did not sequence that correctly. So I should have pumped my Dazzler instead. That was a mistake. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to deal with that 6/6 very effectively either. So we did draw the land, but it's too little too late now. Well, yeah, the problem is I want to copy the... we just don't have the mana. Just don't have the mana. That's such a bummer. I can't even cast 2 spells. All right, let's do Stitcher and then pass. Pretty suboptimal, but that's what we got. So I could copy the Stitcher here, which is, I guess that's gonna be good enough. So we'll kill the Brigand. Commit the crime. Then we can play the Stitcher and copy it. So that's pretty good at least. Let's flip the coin. Oh. Well, that's that's kind of a bummer. I wanted to copy it. All right, well, I guess I can hit them for 4. Yeah, I suppose so. Yeah, pretty suboptimal. Copying would have worked out a lot better for us. But there's a lot of randomness to Breaches. A lot of setup. So if I triple block, they kill Magda and Breaches. Kind of destroys the engine a little bit, unfortunately. But I'm not 100% sure I have a ton of choices here. I'm not in a great position to wait because I'm kind of losing the race as it is. And I'm, at this point, a ways away from breaches getting copied again, so... So I don't have the mana to do breaches plus. Yeah, I think we'll actually dump it because I need an actual removal spell at this point. I see. Guess it can prevent 6 here. It's an unexpected attack pattern there. Well, optimize blocking here. They can double pump crab, so I don't like that. So I guess we're probably going like this, unfortunately. Yeah, it's not very good. Spell out of the yard too, huh? They got plenty of those. This is definitely GG's. We'll see you for the next one. Just gonna need some help, but we're on the draw, so I'm gonna keep it. We get a red mana, at least we can do turn 2 Dazzler, turn 3 Plot, maybe turn 4, yeah, turn 4 Crom, Robbery. Draw a card from this, make it huge, draw 2 more. If we rip the red right away, I suppose we still do Dazzler first. All right, opponent mulls to 5 and then keeps. Turn 1 Strix. Ooh, well, that was a great rip. Now we can drop a Duelist first. I can't believe Crom's actually a... I thought this was a rare. That's a surprising uncommon. Hopefully it wasn't 2 mountains they ripped. Oh man. Breaches and a mountain, I presume. That would make sense. Okay. All right. Well, we're in some trouble here. Ooh, they stole another mountain. Harsh. Could be worse. Oof. 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 That one actually physically hurt me to watch draw. I think that was like the literal worst draw we could have had was Crackle with power. I would have taken an island over Crackle with power. So I suppose if we draw red now, we just derailment the Rope Master. Oh, well, geez, we're gonna lose to the Multifive? That's heartbreaking. I mean, I think our deck's better than that. We should be able to beat a Multifive. All right. See you for the next one. Oh, this is a good hand. We get all our legends. Turn 2, 3, and 4. That's cool. So we're just like a plot card away from kind of going off. That was a good draw. Let's do breaches because it's more damage. And we don't have any way to commit a crime at the moment anyway. Wow, that's a cool one. Get some nice ramp out of that. I don't think we're going to block the homestead. I think we're going to let it happen. Just because I think we've got all these flyers and evasion, I want to try and do that. Oh, nice hit. Oh, sharpshooter too, huh? Well, that'll work. So next turn we can do Crom plus sharpshooter. And we get to Oh. Oh, no, it actually works out. Because Sharpshooter will be the second spell we cast. So then Breaches can sack the Clue token and copy Sharpshooter or deal 3 to them. Which is surprisingly not lethal, but that's okay. All right, staying back. That's fine too. So let's do Crom first. All right, 3 damage to any target. Well, I think I'm actually going to do it to them, believe it or not. No reach on that, right? Okay. Seems good. It must be playing around a counter spell is the only thing I can think of. Okay, well, we'll tag with both. And ideally Breaches dies. And then we'll just play another one. And we're going to play the Brigand too, because at this point we just need to get some damage through. So if they block with Naturalist and Bandit, we'll kill the Naturalist because it can crew on its own the Homestead. Even though the Bandit ramps, they have a lot of mana now, so I don't know if that matters. And then we'll go Breaches. And we'll play a Brigand. We don't have anything to sack. All right. Must have a fight spell. They have like a... Oh, nice. Okay, so Dazzler doesn't really do much here. So I think we'll pass. Looks like it's going to be GG's third loss in a row here, unfortunately. Nice draw. Came close, but just couldn't quite get there. That's all right. We stole some games with Crackle with Power, so we probably stole more games with Crackle with Power than we deserve to. So this is a fitting way for our deck to go down. Lose on a multi-5 and then lose to a pretty good-looking rock deck. That just is ripping what they need, too. I mean, granted, they found that off of Pillage the Bog, so it's actually kind of surprising Murder was the best thing in the top 14 that they found. Yeah, I think there's no way to get out of this, unfortunately, but we'll wait until we draw and take a look. And then, most likely, call it a day. Double Dazzler, so yeah, there's no coming back. I mean, they activate that, they pump, so I have to block both those. Oh, and they had the Gigapede. So we are definitely dead. Okay. That is fair enough. So ended up going 3-3, which feels actually not very good for this deck, just because this deck actually ended up pretty sweet. We had a lot of goodies in here, but you know, one Mana Screw hand didn't pan out and one did, so I'm probably even on where I should be for Mana Screw. I don't know if a Cull is pretty sweet. 4 mana 5/5 flying trample, but this Prairie Dog is pretty sweet too. It's kind of cool. Back for More is really good too, and it's instant speed. It's so good. Yeah, and Derailment too. I wouldn't take that over the Rare or the Back for More. I mean, they're both actually surprisingly difficult to get going. I feel like Back for More is actually way more explosive potentially than a Cool, but you do have to have a big creature in your graveyard, and then you want it to fight something. It's instant speed, which is really strong. That is cool. I could see taking Back for More here over a Cool, actually, especially since green is so strong. Yeah, I think I'd probably take the Back for More. Here, probably Wrangler. This card's really good. I just like that you can plot stuff and still spit out 2/2s for nothing, so that's really nice. And it flashes. Not irrelevant. All right, thanks for tuning in, folks. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you for the next one.